Hello, good morning and welcome back to Third Degree Food. I am Sam Caterer and today we're going to be recreating an incredible hangover cure or something just purely delicious for a Saturday morning for both you and your kids in the shape and form of the sausage and egg muffin. Nearly said the M word there. Alongside we're going to have some awesome hash browns that are absolutely delicious and super simple to make. So let's get into it. We've got 2 Maris Piper potatoes and 1 onion. We got some plain flour, 1 egg, some salt and some pepper. And what we're going to do, start off, we're going to make our hash browns and let them chill in the freezer overnight pretty much if you can. If not, you can still cook them fresh. So we need to grate our potatoes into our bowl with some water. Now there are a couple of different ways you can cook your hash browns. One is in the oven if you want to be a bit healthy. The other is obviously to deep fry them. And in order to deep fry them, you need to freeze them overnight. And what we're doing here is we're grating our potato into the water so that we can remove all that starch. It takes a little bit of time, but the results are very much well worth it. So this will pretty much do. We grated our 2 potatoes in there. Just wash the hands off a little bit and clean off the grater. You want all that potato goodness in there. That's lovely. Pop that in the sink. Okay, so we're going to let our potatoes just sit in this bowl just for about 5-10 minutes or so, just while the starch leaches out. And then we're going to drain them off in a sieve and then dry them off with a bit of kitchen towel. Next we need to get our onion ready whilst our potatoes are just chilling there. So just need a small onion. You don't want too much onion overpowering your hash brown. Honestly, this is super simple and incredibly delicious and a superb accompaniment for your sausage and egg muffin. Let's just peel this onion off, get rid of the outer edge. Okay. Top and tail the onions. You just want the middle nice bit, really. Okay. There we go. I'm going to cut our onions into small sections like so. Really fine. There you have it. Really fine bits of onion there. Okay, so what we need to do now is go and drain off our potatoes. Just pour the water in the sink. Give them a really good squeeze to get all that excess moisture out. So what we need to do now is get rid of all the excess moisture that's in the grated potatoes. So let's just move that to one side. We want about 2 or 3 layers of kitchen towel to absorb and drain off all that extra water from washing off the starch. Just put a handful of that on there. We're just going to wrap it up like so and give it one final big squeeze to get rid of all that moisture over the bowl. Okay, that's good. Pretty dry anyway. And we're going to put our potato back into the bowl, like so. Get that in the bin. And now we're going to add our onion. Mix that in there by hand. And then we're going to add an egg. We're going to add about half a tablespoon of salt into the mix. A generous lathering of pepper. And last but not least, you need a good tablespoon of flour. This binds it all together nicely so that when you fry them or you cook them in the oven, they stay together. Okay, so you want to incorporate all that together with the egg and the onion and the flour. These are going to be amazing. Like I say, you can cook these fresh, but I made some yesterday and I've kept them in the freezer so they are good to go so we can deep fry them. When you freeze them, they stay quite nice and solid. So when you fry them, they just become a nice, familiar hash brown, shall we say. So what we're going to do now is place them onto a silicone tray. Just various dollops. You can shape into various shapes if you wish. Two more maybe. That's it. It does actually make 6 if you portion them correctly. Okay, now we're going to shape them a little bit. I like to make them into little triangles if I can, just like so, just because they look better. Push them down, fold them a little bit. You want them to be fairly compressed. So make a triangle with your fingers. It's a big one, this one. Just shape them nicely. Okay, just a nice little triangle with your fingers like so. So these are good to go in the freezer overnight. They can chill, they'll be nice and solid so you can deep fry them, which gives a perfect accompaniment to your breakfast. Next we need to get our filling ready for our sausage and egg muffin. Obviously we've got a little bit of cheese, we've got our awesome muffins here, and we've got 2 sausages which are just standard supermarket sausages. However, what you're going to need to do is season them a little bit to make them taste quite authentic. First thing we're going to do is going to cut down the back of the skins, because we want to get the meat out the middle of the sausage. Put one there. Use a pair of scissors, just guide them down the back of the sausage because we're going to reshape them into a familiar shape. So we're going to take off the skins, like so. They just peel off really easily. Okay, and then this one. We want quite a meaty muffin, so I've gone for 2 sausages. You don't have to use 2 if you don't want to, but I think you need the extra bit of bite in there. Got to say, since they've stopped using real skins on sausages, it's quite hard to peel. These synthetic ones are okay, but I prefer the real McCoy. Okay, so we've got 2 sausages there. Just wash off my hands. And if you've got a burger press for your barbecues and what have you, then this works perfectly well for your sausage egg muffin concoction. So what we're going to do is push these down, like so. Get a little bit of pepper. You can add some other bits and pieces. If you're using Cumberland sausages as well, you've got a lot more flavour in there. So we're just going to squeeze these together, like so. Make a nice ball, as it were. Just amalgamate those all together. Now you can press them down with your hands as well if you don't have a burger press, but I just find it makes them stick together really nicely. So we'll get our burger press over here. Just plonk that in the middle, like so. Get your press and just give it a good old squeeze, like so. And there we have our sausage filling for our muffin. We're just going to put that to one side for now. Next we need to get our muffin ready to go in the toaster. We're not going to cook it just yet. We're going to wait until our sausage and our egg is cooked, and then we're going to drop this in the toaster for about 1.5 minutes or so. So it's just nicely lightly toasted, just like so. And we grab our cheese and our butter. I'm going to show you a good little use for the butter and the egg ring just very shortly. So over to the hob, and we're going to start cooking our sausage. So turn on the heat, add a little dash of oil, vegetable oil, get that up to temperature. And we're going to need to get our hash browns out of the freezer that we made yesterday, as they are now solidified and they're ready to be deep fried. Just pop them on the side just so they can defrost a little bit. You don't want to go into the deep fat fryer with fully frozen goods. It could be quite dangerous. So our oil is pretty much there, ready for our sausage. We'll grab our sausage patty, just drop that in the oil. And we're going to cook that for about 2 minutes aside. And what you'll do is you'll see the patty shrink a little bit. Although our burger press is quite wide, this is going to shrink nice and concentrically so it fits into the muffin beautifully alongside the egg and the cheese. Okay, we're ready to turn over now. For 2 minutes in the pan. A bit pushed down. And another 2 minutes. Turn it down a little bit, because we're going to let the patty rest in the oven whilst we cook the egg as well. So our patty is ready to go into the oven, and what we're going to do, take the patty and place it onto our tray. But this is a bit of magic. Now what we're going to do is going to add the cheese to the burger patty, like so. I'm going to place that in the oven whilst we prepare our eggs and our hash browns. For the record, the oven's only at 100 degrees, so it's all good. Next up, we're going to keep the fat from the patty in the frying pan. We're going to use that to cook our egg nice and slowly. But first of all, we're going to take our hash browns and get them underway for 3 minutes. Just plop them into the fryer, like so. Cover the lid. You want to cook them about 170 degrees for about 3 minutes. And then a little tip, to cook our eggs, we've got a little egg round here. Grab some butter on your finger and just rub it around the edge of the egg round. This stops the egg sticking to the round when you turn it over. Just a nice application of butter with your finger just on the inside there. Place that in the centre of the frying pan. Get some heat back on there, and then we're going to crack our egg into our round, just like so. You can break the yolk if you want. Now you want to cook it nice and slow, the egg. Turn it right down and cover it, like so. So it's now time to flip our egg over, take the lid off. And as we buttered our egg round, it should just come off very easily, like so. Put that in the sink. Take our spatula and flip our egg into the thing. It doesn't matter if the yolk breaks, because that's all good. We're just going to leave that there with the lid on a couple more seconds. Turn that right down. Check our hash browns. They are looking gorgeous. Look at those. Okay, they are pretty much ready to go, I think. Yeah, they are good to go. Now it's time to drop our muffins for 1.5 minutes. So what we're going to do now is get our patty out the oven with the delicious melted cheese. And you can see how much fat here has been absorbed by the tissue, so you're not going to get that in your belly. So it's fairly healthy. Just pop that on one side over there. So our muffins are nicely lightly toasted. I'm going to give them a good slab of butter on one side. You don't go too hard with the butter. That lovely, just melting into there already. Very nice indeed. So first up, we're going to put our patty on the bottom of the muffin. with our cheese obviously melted beautifully along the top. Then we go in with our egg. And a decent smearing of the red stuff. Move this out of the way. And then we come in with our hash browns. Just plonk them nicely on the side of the plate. And to top off, we can use a little bit of black pepper, liberally over the top of everything. It just looks good. And we top our muffin like so. There we have it, sausage and egg muffin with hash browns. Let's get into it, shall we? Can be quite a messy affair. So look at that layer of cheese, that delicious patty and the beautifully cooked egg. Mmm. 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 That is just insanely good. Mmm. I'm going to try our hash browns. Beautiful. Look at the layer of the onion and the potato. It's held together really nicely with the egg as well. Just dip that in the red stuff. Mm. They are absolutely incredible. As close to the familiar brand, shall we say, as you can get. Absolutely lovely. Mm. Anyway, top of the morning to you. I'm going to go enjoy this with a nice cup of coffee. I've been Sam Caterer, and this has been Third Degree Food. If you've got a chance, please do give us a little like and subscribe and smash that notification bell down below. We have got some incredible videos coming your way, from starters to main courses, desserts, full roast dinners, pizzas, the lot. So give us a little follow. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, I've been Sam Caterer, as I say. This is Third Degree Food, and I'm going to go enjoy my breakfast. Take it easy. Mm.